Hey guys, Mel the Train Tutor here with another sort of product overview, unboxing, review type thingy for you. Now, as part of 4Ground week where we're hammering through a fair few 4Ground projects, yeah, we finished the Stoic Arms yesterday and now we're cracking on with their parish church collection. Okay, now this is a bit special. They gave this to me when I went down to see them and it's been sitting, waiting for the Stoic Arms to be finished, and now that's done I thought, you know, I'm not going to let this drag out, we're just going to hammer it through. Yeah, now I'm really looking forward to this build because I love the sort of look of, you know, the church. Now this is a 28mm kit. It's obviously, it's one of their laser cut kits, so it's, you know, sheets that you put together. Yeah, which we'll go through the contents in a second. Now it's suitable for the age of black powder all the way through to World War II and modern conflict, to be perfectly honest. And that's because, you know, church, I know, the reason I'm mentioning this is because I was chatting with Terrainaholic on the Stoic Arms show, and he didn't realise how old our churches are, and I sort of pointed out that the church that me and Kerry got married in had musket ball holes sort of in pits, you know, in its actual stonework from the Civil War. So it's suitable for a whole load of ranges. Now the kit itself is, is not just the church. You've got all the gravestones, etc. You've got the walls, gates, the lich gate, and you've also got all the furniture inside, which we're going to have a look at in a second. Now the battle plan is I'm going to be building this live as part of 4Ground week, so I'm going to throw some links up where if you want to watch me actually build it and go through the entire process, yeah, there'll be a couple of long sessions where, you know, we put it all together, and then once it's all together, yeah, I'll come back at the end of that and sort of show it you complete and give you my opinions. Yeah, and then we'll be doing something a little bit special. But out of the box, very quickly to show you the sort of stuff you get. Yeah, you got church altars, pews, fonts, gravestones. Look at that font, that's lovely. Yeah, more pews, more pews, more pews, pulpit. Yeah, so it's a lectern. Yeah, loads and loads of walls. Yeah, the lich gate. Yeah, corners and gates, more gravestones, and then one pack, yeah, with instructions. It doesn't look that complicated, but I've said that before. Yeah, and the second pack with the rest of the instructions. So that's what's in it, and there's it. I mean, literally, you know, guys, it's all that. Now, like I said, we're going to put this together live on my channel. So by the time you see this, it will have already happened. So the links will be up, and you can go back and have a look. And if you were following along, you'll already know thoughts and things like that. But I'll be coming back shortly, yeah, with the kit built, and just to give you my thoughts and highlight any issues I had with it and all that sort of stuff. Now, not just that, but 4Ground were really good, and they turned around to me and they said, look, you know, with our kits, once you've reviewed them, if you want to flog them on eBay, you can do. Yeah, and I've always been a bit hesitant about that, but with me doing the Sega build, I sort of neglected the kids, and Kez really wants to take them away on a bit of a holiday. So what I decided was I'm going to see if I can do this, build it, then go to town on basing it and making it a really good sort of feature project this week, yeah? Then stick it on eBay and see if I can raise a weekend away in a yurt. So not only will we be coming back with it built, but then more on live week, we'll also be basing it, putting trees on and doing all sorts of funky stuff. Yeah, so it's going to be a good one. So I will see you shortly once we've got it built. A brief interlude, guys. Right, we're about 7 hours into the build. Day 1 is done and we're starting day 2. As you can see, I've got most of the actual church built. We've got the other roof here. Yeah, so that fits on there with the support structures. Now this is the only bit of bare MDF on the actual kit, which is common with 4Ground with their roofs, they're bare. And I was looking at it and I was thinking, do you know what? With all the inserts 4Ground have got in this kit, I'm surprised there isn't sort of like rafter inserts in here. Yeah, and to be perfectly honest, yeah, I reckon it'd make a great addition for their expansion pack. So if you're listening, guys, inserts into here, they'd be cool. But that's not a deal breaker, you know, that's perfectly fine. No one sees them underneath the roofs anyway. Yeah, but we put the bare bones of the kit together. We still got to do the rest of the tower. Okay, now a couple of recommendations straight off the top. Yeah, as you can see in the background over here, you're going to need a lot of pegs. The reason for this is if I bring it up, do you see how it's like 3 layers? Yeah, you've got an inside wall, an outside wall, and a middle wall. Yeah, It's great because it's nice, big, thick, sturdy, it looks right and it gives you that detail. But damn, you need a lot of pegs to fix this down. Yeah, so if you're going to do that, I highly recommend go out, grab an extra bag, you know, or grab a bag from 4Ground. Also, these C-clamps, yeah, I found these to be invaluable, to be perfectly honest, for clamping low down, and also corners. Another issue, not an issue, another thing is masking tape. Yeah, there's a little tendency for some of the corners with all MDF kits, not just this one, yeah, but when you've got long pieces, for the corners to sort of bow out a little bit, and you really can't have that on this kit. So I was masking taping the corners as I was going as well. So there's a couple of tips on the actual, you know, construction. It did go together pretty easy, you know, the instructions were pretty simple to follow. Now on the instructions I do need to highlight one point, and that's with the buttresses, because this sort of threw me for a good sort of 15-20 minutes trying to figure it out. But the instructions work and they go step by step, and I must say they are a lot clearer than the other kits. So 4Ground have obviously upped their photography with the instructions, so you know, that's a bonus. Now they go step by step until you get to the buttresses, and then they change to showing you an example of each type of buttress you can do, rather than doing it the step by step version. Yeah, now that's perfectly fine because you know how to do them, etc. But there's no sort of telling you that that's what they're trying to explain. So you go into it with that mindset of the step by step, and then you get very confused. So be aware, yeah, when you're building the kit, when you get to the buttresses, when you look at the buttresses, they're examples of how to do the buttresses all over it. Now the other thing that I really struggled with was trying to figure out which buttresses go where, you know, exactly, because although they look the same, they're not when it comes to the connectors. Some of the connectors are designed to work in corners, some are thinner, yeah. And so I highly recommend, before you glue any of the buttresses down, get the buttress sides, yeah, and just literally put them and dry fit them round your model, so you are 100% happy with where they're going to go. Yeah, because it will save you a lot of worry in the long term. The rest of putting the bits on it, relatively simple, bits of PVA. Now, the other challenging thing, I was hoping I'd get this done in one big session yesterday, but I'll be honest with you, it's the detail, guys, yeah, and I'm actually sort of, I won't say I'm intimidated, yeah, but I am sort of dreading the detail a bit. Now let me bring this up and sort of show you the sort of level of detail they've got on this kit, and I'm just going to show you this door. If I bring that up, yeah, look at the sort of the stonework arch. Do you see how that's like 3 levels? Well, they're like 3 individual, sheets to get that effect, all glued on top of each other. So if I bring them up, yeah, here you go. They're essentially these, all glued in. Now if I put my finger there, yeah, you'll see how small and fragile they are. So, and there's a few of these sheets because this is how they do all the windows around the build. Yeah, so I've got to say, yeah, I am a little intimidated by that. Okay, it's doable. Okay, once I've figured out how it went, and once you figure out that if it appears that the arch is too sort of short, it's actually meant to go on the inside of the arch. That took about 10 minutes to figure out. Yeah, there are fiddly bits with it, but you know, it's a complicated kit. You know, I wouldn't, if it went together a breeze, you know, I don't think it'd be worth it, to be perfectly honest. You know, it's a challenge kit. You know, I'm definitely feeling my modelling abilities are being challenged at times, and my manual dexterity. Yeah, so anyway, I love the doors. Love the doors. So yeah, we've talked about we talked about the inserts on those. We talked about you're going to need a lot of pegs, tape. We've talked about the buttresses and the delicate. Yeah, I think we've covered it so far, guys. Yeah, so I'm going to crack on with this, and fingers crossed, I should get a significant weight for tomorrow. So hopefully in the next update, it will be all built. Even if I have to do that update sort of tomorrow night when, you know, I have to put another session into it. Yeah, but there you have it, guys. Yeah, it is coming together. Right, I'll see you with the next update. There you go. Doesn't it look gorgeous? It's huge as well. See you in the next update, guys. So the beast is built. The sort of bits of updates as we went sort of went out of the window when we got into the detail stuff, but there's the whole playlist following it along. Right. You know when I said we'll just fly through and get it done? Yeah, to build the church itself took 23 hours. 23. And then for all the additional furniture and the pulpits and the pews and everything that's inside, yeah, all these sort of things, let me bring those up. Yeah, that was another 6 hours. So this build was a total of 29 hours to get this built. Yeah. Right, where to start? Now, obviously, we talked about the buttresses. My main tip on those is just make sure you dry fit them. Talking about the niggly points of the kit and what I'd change. Yeah, I did mention inserts on the roof earlier. Yeah, the only thing I would change, yeah, on this kit is I would have unique lug placement for the corner buttresses, because I got confused and I had to sort of glue them on. Yeah, my recommendation to you: just dry fit them first and make sure you've got exactly the right ones in the right place. But if you don't, you know, it's fixable. Yeah, that was my only issue. Any recommendations to sort of improving the kit? No, not really. I've got to say, it's a really good kit. It goes together really well. It's really detailed. I mean, really detailed. Now, when it comes down to the windows, yeah, have I got that little bit of card here, or have I moved? There it is. Okay. The windows are clear acetate that you cut out with a printed stained glass on. Yeah. And what they recommend is sort of hold it in between two of these pieces and then glue it in. I found it was a lot easier to sandwich the acetate between the the plastic between the two pieces, and then just a little touch of super glue at the top and the bottom to make it one unit. And then once it was dry, it was a much easier just to slide it in and glue it in, and then build the layers up. Okay. Now, like I say, the church took a total of 23 hours. Yeah. The little bits they took. Actually, no, the church didn't take 23 hours, because we probably spent about 4 hours on all the. Well, in fact, we got the lich gate. I know that took an hour or two to put together. Okay. And then we've all got the walls, and the gates, and all those sort of things. So the church actually probably took about 19 hours. Yeah, accessories with regards to the graveyard, probably another 4 hours, and 6 hours for all the pews, the font, the altar, the lectern, the pulpit. Yeah. Now, there's one thing I want to very quickly point out on these. Yeah, if you look at the bases, you see that they've got these like little tabs. Okay. I don't know if I showed this earlier, yeah, but if you pop them out, what it allows you to do is slide the wall in and make it a T-junction, and it fits perfectly, which I thought was really, really smart. Okay, so obviously you want a better look at it, so here's some pics. Told you it was nice, didn't I? Yeah, you can see why it took so long with all those details with the windows. You know, the font was 31 components, yeah, to do. Can you believe that, 31? Yeah, it is a beautiful centerpiece. As you can see, as you saw by the pictures, you know, it takes up a lot of room on the tabletop, yeah. Now, it is by far the most hardest. It is deserving of a level 7 difficulty rating from 4Ground. I really do think that. God help me if they ever watch it produce a level 8. Yeah, because this has by far the most challenging build. Other than that, yeah, I can't really put the kit down. Do you know what I mean? Looking back at it, it was enjoyable to build. You know, it's been a good kit. It goes together well. It looks great. Yeah. It will make an awesome centerpiece, and because the collection can be deployed in different ways and that sort of stuff, you know, you've got a lot of playability out of this, a lot of playability. I mean, you could play a mini skirmish vampire game around it, just around the kit. Okay, so I think it's well worth the money, but you know, money's always one of those subjective things. Some people think it is, some people think it isn't. Purpose of this vid is to give you a decent idea of, you know, what the kit's like to put together, you know, and any problems, and you know, so you can make your own mind up. So I'll let you make your own mind up on that, but I really like it. I really like it. Now, I did say that this was destined for eBay to fund a kid's holiday that I owe them from summer being a bit naff. But before it does, yeah, it needs basing and a little bit of sprucing up a bit. Just a little, yeah. I want to play around with the other 4Ground basing stuff. So I'm going to start that now, and I'll be doing that over the weekend along with some trees. So you'll see a basing video coming up and you'll see this again. Yeah, but in the meantime, I've got to say it has been an absolutely brilliant build. So this kit, as I said, is from 4Ground. That's www.4ground.co.uk, and by 4 that's figure 4 then ground. Okay, I'll throw a link in the description if you don't know them already. Absolutely awesome kit, the Parish Church collection. Yeah, challenging at times, very challenging. God damn you, CAD. I was cursing you, and I think this was designed by CAD. Yeah, and not the computer aided design process, CAD the person at 4Ground. God damn you, sir. I was cursing your name at times. Right, but it is a beautiful bit of kit. So guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Sorry for rambling a bit. Yeah, it's just an end of an epic journey. Right, obviously, like it if you like the kit. Yeah, you'll see it again soon. Any comments, any questions about the kit? If you've got one of the kits and got anything else to add, to any tips to making it, that's what the comments are for, guys. Always talk to me in the comments. I like talking in the comments. Yeah, obviously shares are very much liked, and if you like these sort of videos and you like what I'm doing with the channel, you know, there's always Patreon to check out. Yeah, in the meantime, I'm going to crack on with basing this, so we'll see probably one more 4Ground video after this, yeah, on basing, and then we've got so much more, I'm not going to say interesting, because this was interesting, that's wrong of me, yeah, so much more, let's just say D-Day. And all sorts of artboards, and it's going to be glorious, guys. And Burma, so much coming for you. Right, see you soon, guys. Have a good one. Ta-ra.